Good morning to the GSN Sustainability Spotlight series. It's my pleasure to welcome today Ahmed from Egypt. He's a Mila 7 grad, but on top of that, he's also a Mila 9 speaker and most recently a facilitator at Mila 10 in Muscat, Oman. Good morning, Ahmed, and thank you very much spending your time with me for the next 15 to 20 minutes. So please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
Thank you, Ernest, and good morning, everybody. I'm Ahmed Yehia. I'm from Egypt. I have an architect a long time ago. Then I moved from architecture to computer science. I did computer science for at least 6 years before moving to the marketing and strategy field. I spent there 8 years in a multinational company doing strategies and marketing things before starting my own company, which works in tourism right now. We are specified in a certain function inside tourism, which is called eco-tourism or sustainable tourism. And this is what we've been doing since 2014. We started as a tour operator who provide activities and tours related to ecotourism, and recently we got into the hospitality sector by building our first eco lodge in Egypt.
So Ahmed, I mean, you are very moderate in all your background. I mean, you've done a lot of different things, but tell us a little bit more why you are doing what you're doing now and what's maybe your company specifically is doing maybe different than other tour operators in Egypt.
So why I choose tourism to do is because of the passion. I went through many careers, as I mentioned, architecture, computer science, marketing, and even facilitation and training. But I found that my biggest joy is while traveling and taking people with me while traveling. So that's why I thought this is the career I would like to spend the rest of my life in, which is travel and tourism. When I got there in that field, I had no background, no studies in terms of tourism. It's only a passion and an experience in travel. I've been traveling inside Egypt for remote destinations and traditional destinations for 12 years before starting my company. So I had to study, and I went through a master's degree called Cultural Heritage Management, which got me the concept of ecotourism. I never heard about that concept before that master's degree. And then I thought, wow, this is a great idea to be implemented in Egypt because we have the resources, we have the potential, but we don't have the companies who specified only in ecotourism. We have lots of companies who do traditional tourism like history, beaches, sun and sea, and so forth. So in 2014, I started my company that do only the ecotourism activities. I take people to remote destinations and untraditional destinations. They got surprised that these things exist in Egypt. And then we got the idea of not only touring, but we would like people to stay in an eco-friendly facilities. And we heard about the concept of eco lodge, eco-friendly hotels. So we decided to start a chain of eco lodges. The first one was implemented last year in Aswan city, south of Egypt. It's called Eco Nubia Lodge, where we took old community houses that was abandoned and nobody's using them on an island in the middle of the Nile. And we rebuilt them, we rehabilitate them into a functional area now with a restaurant, with accommodation, with a beach, with a multi-purpose hall, everything. But the thing is, we built everything with eco-friendly material. We made recycling for the sewage. We did our own water system. We are trying to do solar system right now. So yeah, we are taking the eco-friendliness to the maximum in the tourism field.
That's very impressive. But tell us a little bit more what you understand under sustainability and specifically in applying to your project you just described to us.
Yeah. So sustainability is an I don't think it's a universally defined word. So each entity has its own perspective of sustainability. If I'm talking about mine, I have to link sustainability with the duration. Like this project or this initiative is sustainable for how long? Like for 10 years, for 50 years, for 100 years? Because there is nothing sustainable for good. That doesn't exist. Everything change. So we are trying to get into the sustainability world in terms of we would like to sustain the area that we are in for at least a generation, like 20 years. If we manage to do that, we will consider ourselves successful in what we do, because you never know what will happen in the future. Like the weather changed, the people change, economic change, everything changed. So we cannot control all factors. We will control the factors that we can for a certain period of time. And we will be so cautious during that certain period of time because we know everything will change eventually.
That's a very interesting definition of sustainability, but I really like it. So you just mentioned before that you've kind of, it's operational, your first project. So what are you working on? Is there another project, another lodge in the plan?
Yes. So when we started our project, we thought about having a sustainable island for a quite some time. And at that time, we didn't think about expansion, maybe later on. We needed to focus on the existing project. 1 year later, we found out that the project is functioning well. It got famous in Aswan city quickly. The demand is high that we didn't expect. And even we got recognized by the World Tourism Organization. They gave us a prize that we are the best sustainable tourism startup in the Middle East. So all these factors made us think about, oh, wow, so we are doing good. Let's move on. Let's do another one. So currently we are exploring an area in Luxor city, which is north of Aswan, 200 kilometers north of Aswan. It's an amazing place. We found all community houses that is abandoned on the mountain on the west bank of Luxor. It belongs to the Ministry of Antiquity. We're trying to convince them to give us these old community houses to convert them into an eco lodge. So let's hope they will accept that, but we are still in the negotiation phase. We have another potential near Cairo in an area called Dahshur. It contains some pyramids that nobody knows about it. And we are trying to do an eco lodge on Dahshur overlooking the old pyramids in the area. We even, I traveled to Oman and I had a chat with the Ministry of Tourism in Oman. They got so excited about the idea of converting old community houses that are abandoned and nobody's using them into something economically value, like to receive a value and to preserve the heritage of the local community of these houses. So they showed me a couple of areas with houses that are nobody's using them anymore and contains lots of heritage and lots of history. So we might do things in Oman in the future. And I just came from Uzbekistan and I had a chat with the Ministry of Tourism in Uzbekistan, and they are also excited about that. So yeah, I've been traveling, I've been testing places. We don't know exactly the long term how it's going, but on the short term side, we will focus on Luxor city for now.
That's super. I can't wait to visit one of those projects, or even the existing one. But now more a personal question, because I know you a little bit, and I know you're a big adventurer, kind of. So tell us maybe what you love to do and maybe one of your hobbies and things like that.
Of course, traveling, Ernest. I love to travel. I love to explore new places. I would like to explore it from the ecotourism side or from the sustainable side. So I don't like to check in big hotels like 5 star hotels in the city. I would search for community to spend time with them, to interact with them. I would travel to remote areas that are not touristically identified in order to see things that not the normal tourists see. This gives me the greatest joy, and taking people with me to do these things together give me a better joy if I can.
That's a perfect lead to my next and last question, Ahmed. How can the
Sure.
network of SIBF, SELA, MILA, SILA help you in going forward with your company and your ideas?
I think they are helping right now. So I've been meeting lots of people. First, they give me advices that really help in my business career, especially when I met lots of people on the last GNS on Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. So these guys are amazing. Uh, they have a fresh eye for the business that I might not see. So mentorship inside the networks is very important. Like people should give advice, business advices to other people. But in order to do that, the other people need to explain their work to them. So we need to have more chats, more meetings, more events. Uh, and on the other side, sometimes funding is an issue. And when I mention funding, I mean partnership. So any person who's doing business and his business proved success, he would like to expand. And doing expansions means he would like to looking for partners who join him in this journey with money, with efforts to do another successful thing in another area. So in Oman, the people who managed to introduce me to the Ministry of Tourism of Oman was people from the Mila network. In Uzbekistan, the guy who fixed the meeting with the Ministry of Tourism in Uzbekistan, he's a Sila network. Sela network. So the network is so important if you'd like things to happen. Whether you are looking for partners, you are looking for mentors, or even if you are looking for guests and visitors, they can be your guests and visitors. And actually, it seems I will be receiving lots of the network in the coming winter if they are planning to visit Egypt soon.
Ahmed, I mean, what can I say? That's exactly what we want to try to achieve with the GSN Spotlight series. So thank you so much for the time today. We wish you good luck, and until the next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ernest. Bye.